attended a housing conference in Sydney. The event's opening address centered on the way of the Australia that seems to be becoming like a 18th century England, a country where inheritance largely determines one's opportunities in life. Also, there has been a lot of media coverage of the economic inequalities in the Australian society. Our tax system has been partly blamed for this problem. Also, the case for a long-term visionary tax reform has never been stronger, and one area of the tax reform could be a wealth tax. First, let's be clear about one thing. Unlike the superannuation tax reforms currently being debated for those with more than Australian $3 million in the superannuation, the wealth tax we are talking about would apply to a very different cohort, that is billionaires. A recent article in the Financial Times re-examined a proposal to impose such a tax on the world's highest net worth individuals. It also pointed out these efforts that would need to be globally coordinated. Such taxes could collect significant sum of money for the governments. Also, it's previously been estimated that a billionaire tax could rise as much as the United States $250 billion, that is Australian $380 billion if imposed globally, if just 2% of the net worth of the world's billionaires was taxed each year. Also, the case for a wealth tax inequalities is one on the rise, and the argument for a wealth tax can't be ignored, not least here at home. According to the Australian Institute, the wealth of Australia's richest 200 people has soared as a percentage of our national GDP, that is gross domestic product, from 8.4% in 2004 to 23.7% in 2024. Also, if that sounds dramatic, the picture is far worse in the United States. So, would a wealth tax look like Australia? Also noting that in reality, globally coordinated effort would be much needed. The starting point for this is understanding of why the high net worth individuals seemingly pay very low taxes. If we see the high net worth, low tax rate income taxes only takes into account any amount that are received in the hands of the taxpayer, whether that is a company, a person, or